I would like to do a Hindi film. Why call it Bollywood?
There is nobody to beat him. I mean, it's really true. The man has a photographic memory.
People from Delhi are going to watch and they'll know every detail. So it just makes you more careful.
I'm not Ford. I'm just Kamala. You see, in our sets, we used to be 10, 12 people in the set. Now there are 150 people in the set.
Keep it real, keep it rooted, and still reach across.
I was fathered by Shami Kapoor kisses. One would have killed for it.
Thug Life. I'm very, very curious about the title of the film. Very cool and contemporary. Mani sir, asking you the question first, that how did the title come about?
He's the thug.
Oh, he's the thug.
He came up with the line.
It's very catchy.
Thank you.
I saw the trailer of the film, and it is a mentor and a protege's dynamics changing in the film, which is also respect, love turning into animosity. Are these complex emotions to portray on screen through,
Yes, it is. And if it's well written, it's easier.
Right.
If it is, and it's well shot, even easier.
Right.
I mean,
right.
the mise-en-scene
Right.
matters. It helps the actor.
Right.
So conducting us
Was
is also a difficult job. We can't just say, well, I'll make the scene. You can't.
Right. Mani sir, what about you? Of course, you're the director, and also, both of you are co-writers of the film. Showing this kind of an emotion, where the dynamics slowly change through the storyline. How was it that you could portray these emotions on the screen?
I think a good drama gives you a lot of meat. If
Right.
it is genuine, if it's believable, then that's a playground that you want to work
Right.
in. The more difficult it is, the more layered it is, the better it is. And I feel it'll make better cinema.
Right.
So that is what, I was glad that we had something like this and not something superficial.
Right.
There is something more to it than just, a good guy, bad guy relationship.
Right. Abhirami, you have worked with Kamal sir in the
I have,
past,
yes.
and I think after almost say around 20 years, you are.
Correct.
If I may ask, how was your experience? Of course, working with both such senior artists, and what do you see any change in Kamal sir now working with him?
Change, I think he's constantly evolving. May it be just arming himself with the latest technological tools, or reading every book there has been published, or
Right.
remembering every line of the book.
Right.
There is nobody to beat him. It's really true. The man has a photographic memory.
Right.
So he's constantly evolving. But at the core, I think he remains the same. He is a very giving teacher. He is a very encouraging mentor.
Right.
And he is a true lover of cinema.
Right. Kamal sir, you're coming back to writing after Alavadhan, and I'm really sorry if my pronunciation is.
No, I've written many films after
All
that.
right. Okay.
But that's the only film but I've written Abhirami, the film, we
All right.
acted together.
Okay.
I enjoyed making the film, and she's got a fantastic character. My only chagrin is the rest of India didn't get to see these performances.
Well, I'm sure now with this film we'll be able to see a lot.
Maybe.
So you've shot the film, parts of it in Delhi, right? I would want to understand that now in times when there's so much interaction that's happening across industries, maybe a little more than what it used to be 10 years back. What kind of a role does shooting a film in a like a completely different regional space have to do with the connect the audience might have? I'm hypothetically thinking that the Delhi audience might say, "Oh, Lal Quila," something like that.
Yeah.
So, what is your opinion on that? Does it help?
You don't design it for that. I
Okay.
think you're not saying that I'm going to please the Delhi audience and therefore going to place. That is not. You're making a film.
Right.
I think the geography in which you set the story should help the story.
Right.
Should in some way imperceptibly connect with the theme of the film.
Right.
So that becomes your starting point.
Right.
And you are aware that the people from Delhi are going to watch and they'll know every detail.
Yeah.
So it just makes you more careful.
Right.
It just I can't say that from this part to this part is taken only this much time to
Right,
take.
right.
You have to get the details correct.
Right.
So that is what it makes you more careful than complacent.
Right. As Abhirami recently said a while back that you're constantly learning. You went to the States for a course on AI, if I'm.
Yeah, just to clarify that, I thought, like, I believed all their praises. And I went there and got a good lesson in the sense.
Okay.
I was naive. I thought I'll make a car. Leave it to the mechanic. I can buy the car. It will become a useful tool. I can travel faster.
Right,
Instead
okay.
of trying to make a car, I'm not Ford. I'm just Kamal. So that I realized when I went there.
But I'm sure that it must have, because now I'm coming to the usage of AI in cinema, and I'm
Not
trying to
only
understand.
cinema, it's going to permeate our lives like the computers.
Right.
It'll change the way we are doing accounting, change the way that we write exams, we do mathematics,
Healthcare.
Huh?
It's going to be healthcare also. It's a huge
healthcare,
thing.
psychiatry, everything is going to change.
So does that mean that probably say, maybe it's already happening, I'm not aware, that in the film industry, jobs will be replaced, the technical crew?
I wouldn't like to sound like a Luddite.
Okay.
So, but there are new jobs. There was no job called data manager before.
Right.
It's a new job, new employment. Now you see in our sets, we used to be 10, 12 people in the set. Then now there are 150 people in the set, average set.
Right.
We had 300 people because
Right.
we had so many actors in the thing, apart from the junior artists who were there.
Yeah.
So it was a crowded set. And a quarter of them were technicians helping
Right.
us.
Right. Abhirami, what are your thoughts about, of course, the kind of way technology is becoming all the more part of our lives, cinema, theaters. What are your thoughts about this amalgamation that is just growing?
See, I think any tool can be used in different ways. You can consider it a threat, or you can think about how to use it to your own advantage. For creative people, I think it just enhances or really acts as a catalyst for their creativity. Because the dreams that we were only dreams in the past now can be made into reality.
Right.
So it's almost like breaking away the chains that were holding you back.
Right.
And if you give AI like tools in the hands of these two people who are geniuses, just imagine what they can create.
Right. Right.
So I think it can be used as an amazing catalyst for boosting creativity.
Right. As much as it's a joy to have the team of Thug Life here, and I know that, sir, you had also come to Delhi for Ponniyin Selvan's promotions. I want to ask this question to all three of you. There's a lot of pan-India cinema suddenly, but your interaction with different industries is like 20, 30 years. It's been going on. I want to just throw this question out in the open, that does the term pan-India, is it just a facade? Because has other industries not always been interacting? What are your thoughts on it?
Absolutely. I can say, as a child of cinema, many films were shot in the place where I was born as an actor, AVM. I used to see Mohammad Rafi Saab singing there, recording songs for a Shami Kapoor Saab film. I will go watch Shami Kapoor Saab doing, Shankarji will be directing it.
Yeah.
And I think it was College Boy or some film like that. And I was watching a shooting. I was a little 4-year-old boy, and he has to kick a football to the right off camera, and I was standing there. I was hit by it. So I was smothered by Shami Kapoor kisses. Woman would have killed for it.
I'm sure. So what are your thoughts about it? Is the term pan-India just a facade that right now, we are...
I think we've coined terms, and what is a fact is that today it is much easier for something very rooted to reach across more spaces. I think it's like European cinema. It is possible to do something in some particular language, keep it real, keep it rooted, and still reach across. So I think it's really healthy. We've always had times when Hindi films have always had its presence in South. Big followers there. We've all grown up watching it, and it's good to see Malayalam films and others coming all over. I think it's just integrating the two sections, so it's for the good.
Right. And what are your thoughts about it?
I pretty much echo what they say. I don't believe that there is ever a boundary for or a border line drawn for art in any way. All of these borders are arbitrary.
Right.
Cinema is cinema. Language is not and will never be a barrier.
I would have understood Lawrence of Arabia. I'm not from Arabia.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
But it felt like my film. It talks about me.
Right.
And at least my dreams.
Right. Okay.
I like riding horses and here were men riding in a safe desert. It looked safe for me.
Right.
And all Ryan's daughter, we have all seen Ryan's daughter. It spoke to us.
Yeah.
Right.
Not through a parochial language, but an international language called cinema.
Correct.
Right, right. As much as I enjoyed the trailer, seeing you do this really intense fighting scenes and all the emotions, I also remember a Kamal Haasan from Sadma, and I also remember him from Chachi Charsobis. Would you want to maybe do more softer roles in the coming times?
In this film, I had to relent to give the softer role. I can't afford to be soft as a character.
Okay.
So, but yes, and this guy is a serious guy.
Okay.
And don't expect Chachi in this film.
But maybe in the coming times, is that something that...
I like humor.
Right,
Yeah, if it is not there in the film, I bring it into my life.
right, right.
But even in Sadma, I don't think it's a soft role.
There was emotion, then there was
no shortage of that in this.
okay, no. I mean, I always connected with the emotion of care and love that, his character had for Sridevi ji's character. So,
Right, but at any point did you feel like when Kamal sir's character looked at Sridevi ma'am's character, did you ever feel like he was a creepy predator? You
No,
never
no,
did.
no, not at all.
But she's a full-grown woman.
Yeah.
She's mentally, she's a
And
7-year-old.
he's falling in love.
And
Yeah,
he's falling in
yeah.
love, but
So-
those lines are never blurred.
Yes,
So
that's
it's
true.
not an emotionally simple role. It is a very
Absolutely.
deep, very grey sort of a role.
I still have the last scene right now in my head.
Yeah.
I can see it, but
That's for the last scene that I agreed to do the film. I didn't. When he told me the last scene, can we work together on the last scene? I suddenly jumped and went to the. Of course, he said, and said, doesn't matter. No, I got the climax. And that's how it went.
right. Being a Delhiite, I am a little biased towards seeing a lot of Hindi cinema. And sir, after Raavan, we are waiting for you to direct an out-and-out Bollywood film. When will it happen?
Could happen anytime, but I just have issue with it being called Bollywood all the time.
Oh, is it?
It's really sad. Why I would like to do a Hindi film. Why call it Bollywood? of all
Okay.
the things?
We have no woods
All right.
except
Okay.
RML colony. Everything else is concrete jungle.
Right. Coming back to Thug Life, what do you vision when you think that once the film releases, what do you vision will be the kind of response that you're expecting? Of course, there's going to be a lot of clapping and everything, but across India, in different parts of the country, what is your vision for the film?
But I won't like to sound avaricious. My vision is a lot of appreciation.
Okay.
I'm not going to be counting money now.
Okay.
That we will, of course.
But isn't money also important? You're also a producer.
We needed to make the next film.
Are you telling me there's going to be a sequel to this film?
No,
No. Okay. I was just trying my luck
I'm
there.
not saying that. That he has to say.
Right, right. What about you, sir? What would you expect? Because I will be watching the film. So,
I'll expect you to smile. Be happy when you come out.
right, right. And if you can also share your thoughts on...
I'm a big believer in manifestation.
Okay.
I see packed theaters and happy smiles.
Right. I would love to talk to you more about the production aspect of filmmaking, but I have a timer that I'm getting. So I'll end this interview. It's been a pleasure talking to you. All the very best for the film.
Thank you.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Okay.